Throughout the duration of this video, we will be exploring the adolescent brain. This will include discussing the remarkable changes that are taking place. These changes include cognitive development, mental and physical changes. The adolescent brain contains many critical parts. The hypothalamus, which is known as the brain to the endocrine system, controls hormone release in other glands, such as the pituitary gland. This gland produces hormones which help shape the brain. The gland also produces the hormone estrogen that causes physical changes in the adolescent body. Estrogen is a hormone that works very differently in adolescent male and females. When men and women are presented with a problem or mental task, their brains solve it differently due to their different estrogen levels.
Neural pruning is the process of your brain cutting neurons that are not in use. In adolescence, this is extremely prevalent as the brain removes connections from childhood. For example, an adolescent may spend more of their time driving than playing games or making art than they did in childhood. So the brain adapts, removing the connections it isn't using anymore, and in turn strengthens the connections that are currently being used. Social experience. An adolescent's social experience is a vital part of their brain's development. Friendships are often considered the most important thing in a teenager's life. Friendships can have a huge effect on the choices teenagers make and who they grow up to be. Today's teenagers use technology such as texting, phone calls, and social media to a large extent to socialize with their peers. Families. The family that surrounds the developing brain of an adolescent has a big impact on how it develops to adulthood. A supportive and understanding family leads to a more stable and caring personality in adulthood than an unloving, dysfunctional family. Environment. Similarly to the family, the surroundings of a teenager affects how their brain develops. For example, a warm, welcoming and supportive environment will leave a positive lasting effect later on in life. While on the contrary, a cold, hostile and lonely environment can result in a negative effect on the brain.
Risk-taking and the adolescent brain go hand in hand. The first main aspect of risk-taking is drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol are a risk as young people love to experiment, as some would probably agree watching this now yourself. However, often many are affected in very negative and harmful ways. Many teenagers take risks with drugs and alcohol, which can lead to many life-threatening factors, example, addiction, depression and homelessness. The second aspect of risk-taking is thrill-seeking. Adolescents get a thrill off risk-taking, which can lead to serious life-threatening events. One example many young people get a thrill from would be speed, as it gives them a rush of adrenaline which greatly satisfies them, however puts them and other people's lives at a great risk. Behaviour is a huge part of an adolescent's life, and in most cases they can't control it. Young people's behaviour can be affected in many ways. Their school and home environment are extremely influential on their behaviour. These two environments contrast each other. At home, the youth may be having difficulty with family and therefore will have problems with school too. His or her experiences at home or at school can lead to the youth becoming more lonely and depressed as he feels no one is there for him or her. Whether it be his parents separating, losing contact with friends due to the events he has gone through at home. During puberty, an adolescent's brain is in overdrive, producing many hormones. This influx of hormones leads to uncontrollable mood swings. As you are probably aware yourself, during puberty you are more likely to have changing mood. Well, this is why it's caused by the imbalance of hormones in the body and the brain of adolescents. In males, testosterone is produced in the testes, and in females, progesterone is produced in the ovaries. These are the main hormones for men and women. We ask ourselves the question, what teachers can do. Teachers deal with adolescents 5 out of 7 days of the week. This is just over 70% of their days of the week. Teachers should offer support. Educators should have the ability to recognise when an adolescent may need support, and if not, make sure they are approachable. Teachers should allow young people have a voice, which would allow them to project their opinion on a situation and make them feel better and learn from others, providing a healthier, more efficient classroom, which is what every teacher's dream of in their classroom.